I have new trades, guys, for today on Bitcoin because Bitcoin right now is hitting an important, massive pivotal area where actually, if we reclaim 88K, we may see a pump. I'm going to cover both the bullish and bearish scenario because yesterday we had spoken in depth about how can Bitcoin actually foresee, or how can we foresee a drop on Bitcoin from the current price point all the way lower to 67K. However, right now I want to cover both the idea for short, long Bitcoin, and also where's exactly the most important area where if flipped from resistance into support, we may actually see, instead of a drop to 67K, an actual amazing pump to all the way up to 116K. Bear with me, I'm going to explain that, and then at the end we'll talk about the trades. But before that, let me talk about the importance of one key resistance line. As you can see, basically on the higher time frame, on yesterday guys video, we had spoken about how important it is for Bitcoin to actually reclaim 91. It hasn't actually done that. It actually gave us a bearish reaction at that line. Yesterday guys, I spoke in depth about how bad of a reaction we had seen, an amazing rejection off of us trying to actually break 91.k, and I said guys that basically on a higher time frame, on the weekly and the daily, that Bitcoin actually lost 91k and then went back to try and actually reclaim it, but we actually had seen a rejection, a brutal rejection, that if not reclaimed, if we never go back above 91, till now I'm still going to be waiting for much lower prices. Yesterday we had spoken about it. We told you guys that if Bitcoin manages to hold on into 91k as resistance, as I told you guys, I never give predictions. I'm not saying to sell right now. Don't be selling. Don't take it as a prediction. I'm not saying that Bitcoin will go to 67, but yes, technically, if the line of 91k is still held on as resistance, I'm still going to be waiting, bearish biased towards 67k. However, I want to just cover also the flip side. Let's just assume in the lower time frame Bitcoin actually magically is able to reclaim 91 as covered from yesterday. I would love also to cover the higher time frame, maybe bullish scenario, if we actually get a reclaim of 91, because if I use the same volume profile tool that I took an analysis of the past year price action volume, as you can see, and based on that we clearly see that Bitcoin actually rejected off of the value area low of the volume, or the volume profile tool, as you can see. And basically the whole premise of using this idea, or using the volume profile within a certain range, that we basically have the idea or the theory of the value rotation. Now what that means, that basically whenever Bitcoin goes into a consolidation, that being, or no matter a higher time frame consolidation or even a lower time frame, in that case, or in this case, we have a full 1 year of consolidation, as you can see. I'm basically using the volume profile tool. We'll get two lines. We'll get the two blue lines, as you can see, the two outer boundaries of the volume area. So we got this one called the value area low, which is the blue line setting at the lower boundary, and then we got the value area high setting at the outermost high boundary of the volume profile tool. And basically we got the idea of value area rotation, and that basically says that if Bitcoin loses a certain area of the value area, so it goes above the blue line or below the blue line, the other blue line, then if reclaimed, we may actually see a strong rotation all the way from the value area low to the value area high, or vice versa. Obviously, I think that it may sound complicated, but just to quickly emphasize how important and easy it would actually result in Bitcoin flipping from super bearish, us seeing 67, to maybe even seeing 116k. As you can see, basically on this volume profile rotation that happened previously, we had seen Bitcoin actually previously lose the 91k, and then look at this. Notice how when we reclaimed the 91k area, we reclaimed the blue line, we managed to go all the way up to the value area high. So this is basically what's called a value area rotation, losing the value area low, getting above it, reclaiming it, and then targeting the value area high. And also similarly, look at the flip side. See how Bitcoin, when we had gone above the value area high and then lost the blue line from the top, the value area high, then we had the rotation from the value area high all the way lower to the value area low. So here, I'm not trying to give you both predictions. I'm not here predicting nothing on Bitcoin. I'm not saying that Bitcoin will go and do this or that. I'm merely saying that just keep in mind that even though yesterday we had covered quite extensively the potential downside of us keeping 91 as resistance line and then seeing much lower price, to be honest, that still remains the case. I just wanted to quickly cover the fact that, please guys, keep in mind the reason why I never tell you to sell the lows is because we can actually as easily go back above 91 and then reclaim that. And as I said, guys, basically that if we reclaim 91, the outlook and the expectations would be canceling the bearish scenario of 67k, and then even higher likely that we actually see a whole rotation all the way higher to 114, 116, where we got the value area high. So yes, right now, while Bitcoin is below 91, my expectation is for lower. However, if things change, then we have to change the outlook and the expectations. I'm not saying to buy or sell, it's never that simple, but keep in mind that the bearishness always remains intact in case we hold on into 91k, manage to flip 91, reclaim 91, and then the whole story would, to be honest, differ. But right now, let me cover the lower time frame. Let me talk about the trades that we got or could be getting into on Bitcoin, because obviously we will be trading the lower time frame. We may set a bias based on the higher time frame outlook, so we have a bias of lower just because we're below 91. If that is flipped, then we'll be looking for more longs, but both cases don't matter because as day trader, guys, we're only looking for lower time frame entries. So right now, if I focus only on the price action we had seen when we had lost 91k, which was actually 10 to 12 days ago, we'll basically see or take a look at such a lower time frame move, because technically right now I'm looking at a potential short and a potential long. The first one would be a potential short of us if we manage to go above to 88k, as you can see, take the previous highs and also hit the anchored VWAP that basically represents the downtrend that was started from the 93k move down, as you can see. So if we manage to hit 88 and then lose 87, I'm going to be thinking about possibly shorten Bitcoin. As I said, that's only if we hit 88 and then go lower, reject, and lose 87, because obviously, as covered from previously, guys, please keep in mind that Bitcoin had seen an easy, quick move down from 90.4 all the way lower to 87.5. Hence why that if Bitcoin actually, instead of giving us a rejection, instead of offering a short from 88 and then going lower, we may as well actually get a pump above 88, hold 88 as from resistance as support, and then I'm going to be expecting a pump all the way higher to 91, 90.5k. So keep in mind that we either get a short or do nothing if the rejection doesn't occur. And also on the lower time flip side, we also got a nice potential long, because yesterday we had spoken about the potential scalp long that may be taken at 84.6, and right now I have a similar idea. Even on a lower, much lower time frame, I think the 5-minute time frame, we got the daily lows right now, as you can see, and we also got the NPOC sitting right below at 85.7, and also a little anchored VWAP that is taken from this little uptrend that was started from yesterday, I think at around 83.7. So I have a little idea for potentially taking a long, as you can see, and also a potential short, as you can see. So basically, I'll manage to try to get a long and short, and that way I don't have to keep guessing or predicting whether we're going to see a value area reclaim and then maybe see in 116, or never reclaimed and then we see a much larger drop. As a day trader, I try to look for shorts and longs and then keep them open without being beholden to the market. And hopefully, guys, you've understood these ideas.